People want to know who hosts all the Sunday dinners and who makes the best sauce. Me.
I do.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of On Display with Melissa Gorga, coming to you live from, where are we? Clearwater. Clearwater, Florida. I have my two sisters with me today. I'm very excited about that. I have Lysa Simpson. Say hi, Lisa.
Hi, everybody.
And Kim Perella.
Hi.
We are coming to you live from our uncle's house in Clearwater, Florida today. We are on a little family weekend getaway with the whole entire family. So I thought it would be so nice to just do a little podcast with my sisters, give you guys some sibling love. Everybody always asks so many questions about my sisters and I, and you guys are also you love to hear about my family and just the closeness and the non-closeness. I think we're overall pretty close, right?
Not really any non-closeness.
Not much of that,
Yeah, so we're at my Uncle John's house, who is, I know that I've had Tara and Nick come on the podcast before. This is their father. He's my godfather, and he's my dad's brother. Yeah. That's a lot of information, but I think you guys, I feel like the world kind of knows my personal family as well now too, so we have to give you the full. So he lives in Clearwater and he invited us for the weekend. Tara and Nick are not here. They're home with their babies. They're coming in. Well, Tara's home with the babies. Nick is
for
probably
Easter. They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming for Easter. So it's literally just my sisters, their husbands. Joe is here and Donna Marco is here. She's lurking somewhere around too. I'm sure she'll come in and say hi to you guys. Hi, ladies. Say hi to all my listeners.
Oh,
listeners. That's cute. This was kind of your late birthday weekend getaway. That's why we really booked this.
Yes. Yeah, my birthday was last week, but I didn't get to see my family. So this is our little, we had little dinner last night. And what are we doing today? We literally are just doing a Friday to Monday thing pretty much. So, but we've had fun so far. We've just been hanging out outside, sitting outside, having coffee, listening to Lionel Richie in the morning, drinking our coffee.
As usual.
Why do you think I'm so obsessed with Lionel Richie? Why? What happened to me in life?
Because your sisters are 10 and 12 years older than you, and that's what we listened to.
Just like your kids now, Joey always gets hysterical because he's listening to Gino singing every word to all the Lionel Richie songs. And I'm like, well,
yes,
that's because that's what he grew up listening to. Just like my kids know every word to Barry White.
Also, Gino's going to kill you for telling the world that he knows every word to Lionel Richie songs.
No, but he literally, Antonia too, they can sing every 80s song because when we go back and forth down the shore, that I put on Lionel Richie Pandora. That's literally what I put on. And so they go in rotation and they know Mariah, they know Whitney, they know all the greats from that station. And I love it. They could sing every song from the past that probably their friends have no idea what they even know.
Exactly.
Well, that answers your question why you like it, because we liked it. So now they like it because you like it.
Right.
Yeah, but it's some good shit. I mean, where
they don't make music like that.
No, I mean, come on. I'm sorry. That's monumental. I feel it'd be wrong in life not to know Lionel Richie or Whitney Houston songs, right?
Yes,
I mean,
I agree.
These are the icons. I'll still to this day say I want to meet Lionel Richie. So my girlfriend for my birthday bought me a little tag, and it was the funniest thing ever. It's you put it on your bag when you travel, and it's a big picture of Lionel Richie, and it says, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
And then on the back, it has where you put your name and address, for your luggage.
So when your luggage is going around, Lionel Richie's face is on my luggage, and it says, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Shout out to Maria Chapa. That was an awesome gift. Yeah. So anyway, this is cute that we do this. I asked you guys to give me some questions for my sisters because I feel like you guys always have so many questions for my family too. And I know there's you only get to see so much of them on the Housewives and stuff. So I wanted to have a little unfiltered episode just about any questions that the fans have. So first of all, what else do we want to say about this vacation? Are there any highlights that we've had so far besides Joe like videoing my brother-in-laws every time they fall asleep?
Oh my God, it's so great. Yes. Those are the best things to watch because they get so mad when they're busted falling asleep.
Yeah. Why is it such a man thing? Like it's like you do not want to fall asleep. Like they get so embarrassed, these men, especially your husband, Kim.
Especially my husband.
But like it's all about like who's going to fall asleep, and whoever falls asleep is like the pussy.
But it's like, oh my God, the lightweight, that can't hang.
And the guys are ready.
Like the guys are laughing, they're peeking and laughing at us right now. No, but it's like a fun thing that they do together. They wait to try to catch one sleeping so that they can take a photo and post it on social media. It's like they literally wait for it. Your husband said it took him 15 tries to get a picture
to get that
of Kim's husband sleeping.
Yeah, because your husband was holding out. Joey P was holding out so long. And the thing is, you really don't. No. When Joe posts you, he's posting it to millions of people, so it's really embarrassing for them, and
their mouths are always wide open.
Yes, and Joe woke up this morning. We were sitting having a cup of coffee this morning, and he just opened up the video of Joey P sleeping and got laughing. Hysterical. He thinks it's like so funny. And one thing I will notice, the thing like what men think is funny is not as funny to women. No, like what he how
you just notice that?
Like he was laughing hysterical.
Yeah, he was chuckling to the point that he couldn't breathe, and I'm like, what's so funny? It's just Joey P sleeping and nodding out, and I'm like, this is what makes men laugh. Like this is the simple things in life. And
he took that video, so it was like he knew the determination it took to get it.
Yeah, and then they'll just keep doing it all weekend
long.
The
guys said they are payback as a bitch because they are definitely going to catch your husband
the thing is they want to catch him like with their mouths open or looking silly,
compromised position.
Yeah, looking funny, looking silly.
It's dumb and they love it.
But yeah, today we're actually going to go, when we're done with this podcast, we're going to go out on the boat and grab a little brunch on the boat today.
Bloody
Marys by boat.
Bloody Marys by boat. This is what we do. We bring Donna Marco for the laughs as well. We feed her a Bloody Mary or two. And
it only takes one.
You know what's awesome? I think what's awesome is that our husbands, like we all have great relationships. Thank you, Jesus. But like our husbands do too, and they really have fun together. And I feel like when you sleep in a house like this together, it makes it more fun than just going to a hotel because we wake up together, we say goodnight to each other. It's just spending like every minute together. And we don't always get to do that anymore, especially because I live an hour and a half away from you guys.
Too far. And as we're speaking, I'm looking out the window. I can see the boys. They're out there on the putting green, having a little competition.
Yes. So my Uncle John is a master. Like he loves golf, and he literally built a what is that called?
A putting green in his backyard.
Yes, he has a putting green in his backyard. Big. So Gino and Joey and Antonia are here also. They're having so much fun outside. As soon as they wake up in the morning, they go right to the golf clubs and they just start. Now Joe's like, we got to put a putting green in our backyard. I'm like,
because knowing Joe Gorga, he thinks he's a good golfer too. Like he's a good skier. He's a good golfer.
He thinks he can play basketball.
Is there anything Joe Gorga
can't do? What about when we go bowling? He says he's the best bowler. He thinks he's the best everything.
I wish I had his confidence.
Yeah.
The putting green is amazing. It's gorgeous. So you have the water and you have the little private beach and then you have the putting green and then you look out and you see the water. It's like, it's just such a beautiful way to wake up. And when you're all together and you're all just sitting out there drinking coffee and watching the kids, it's just like that nice, stupid, warm, fuzzy feeling. But it really is so great.
It is. It's special. These are like family moments. We're all about making memories in this family. We're big with memories and like just something to think about. This is a memory. This will be a memory. And I love that I brought my kids, even though, because they're not babies anymore. They're young adults at this point, right? So they're like hanging with us, having conversation with us too. Like, you know, so it's been really nice. And my uncle, you know, he is such a great guy. He's a true entrepreneur. He is the founder of Hand and Stone Massage. So he literally
and facial
massage and facial that my sister you work at. Yes, Kimmy works at one of them. She is what is it called? An esthetician?
Not an esthetician. It's an esthetician.
Oh, not an esthetician. It's an esthetician. I do have a thing with butchering words.
Yeah, you kind of
What was the word Uncle Johnny asked me this morning? He said to me,
monetize.
Right. And I go, what?
You go, what does that mean?
He goes, how do you monetize your podcast? And I just looked at him. I'm like, monetize? He's like, Melissa, how do you make money off your podcast? I was like, oh, I knew you meant that. I knew that's exactly what you were going to say.
I wasn't butchering the word. That was just not
you
knowing
just
the definition.
Know the meaning.
Anyway, you're an esthetician.
I'm an esthetician.
Okay. So he is the founder, and now he's just kind of chilling in all of his...
He's retired.
All his glory.
His
best life.
Yep.
He's living his best life on his at-home putting green. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
And, he's living. So God bless him. He was not born and raised. He comes from a family of 5 kids. Yeah. And he's just a hard-working entrepreneur. Yep. So God bless Uncle Johnny. Hi, guys. Let me tell you about Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth makes everything from cozy loungewear to incredibly soft bathwear and even amazingly comfortable bedding. We recently just tried out their bed sheets. They're so comfy. They feel amazing. And I also got a pair of their pajamas, which I've been wearing literally every single night. I really, truly love everything that they have. And when they say cozy, they mean cozy. That is what they are known for. The fabric is so breathable and it feels way cooler than like traditional cotton. And that I am such a stickler for. Like, I need comfortable fabric to sleep. Plus, they've been one of Oprah's favorite things for 5 years in a row. I mean, guys, if Oprah loves it, then we love it too. And you don't have to worry about these products ever having any short lifespan because Cozy Earth's enhanced fabric prevents all that pilling, which makes these sheets last so much longer than traditional bed sheets. So listen to this. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer for my listeners today, 35% off site-wide when you use code Melissa35. That's right. Go to CozyEarth.com and enter code Melissa35 at checkout, and you will get 35% off site-wide. That's a deal you guys cannot miss. Okay, so we are going to go to some of our fan questions that we had that I asked, I asked my listeners some questions for you guys. Okay, So here I really liked,
Sometimes I'm afraid of these questions.
I don't know. What are they
I know. Don't be afraid. They were actually very nice. A lot of them just wanted me to tell you how much they love you guys, by the way.
That's
we love you back.
And that you guys look great. That a lot of people were saying that as well.
Thank you.
They wanted to know. I figured there was a couple questions, or a lot of questions actually, about Joe and your interaction with Joe, right? So it was like, what were your sister's first impressions of Joe? So when you first met Joe, well, first you want to tell the story, because another question I got was, what was their first experience meeting Joe Gorga, when and where? So give me your first experiences with him, your first impressions of Joe Gorga.
Our first interaction with Joe Gorga was when you brought him down the shore. We actually went to Mommy's house and we had dinner. But by the end of the night, we had music playing throughout the house in the speakers. Do you remember this? We were just drinking wine and literally dancing. We had like a dance party at Mommy's townhouse.
We kind of did.
We really did. And we loved him instantly.
So I introduced him to you. I brought him down to Mommy's house, and it was you guys with your husbands.
Yeah, but I don't think that's how it went, unless we did both of them in the same day. Because I remember Melissa wanting so badly to introduce him to Joey P specifically, but really to introduce him to the family, because now it's like, okay, now I got to really bring him around. And she was like, "What are you guys going on? What are you doing this weekend?" And Lexi had a cheerleading competition. So she's like, "Oh, that's perfect. We'll bring him to the cheerleading competition." So, poor Joe had to come and sit
you know
there.
what?
I don't
You're
remember
right.
that.
And then we went to Mommy's house after.
We went to Mommy's for dinner.
Really?
So, so it was like to kind of break it up instead of make it so like one-on-one.
Make him feel
I
uncomfortable.
brought him to a cheer
You brought him
competition.
to a cheerleading competition.
And was he so nice?
He was so nice. I'm sure he wasn't like thrilled to be there. He was just trying to be like the nice guy who,
Did you think he was my type when you met him? Did you think he was cute?
We thought he was.
He's gorgeous. Come on.
Yeah, I thought he was your type. I liked his personality because he's very outgoing.
Well, what did I always say I was never going to marry?
An Italian.
Didn't we all say that? I
No,
said that.
I mean,
I stood by it.
My thing was so anti-Italian, guys. Like, I always said, I am never, ever going to talk. Like, I am never, ever, ever going to marry an Italian. Like, I was like, I always said that. And then I married the ultimate Italian.
I know.
But
Me too.
why did you start out saying that you're never going to marry an Italian?
I don't know what it
I know
was.
why. Because
I said
we
it.
grew up in an Italian household, and in the Italian household, it was always like, you know, it was the men had a role, the women had a role, they made the decisions and where you were going and what you were doing. It was like the generation of like how you grew up. It was almost like
In the 80s, especially, because it was
and
very
you didn't want to
bossy.
be like, I'm not going to be bossed around like that. Like when Daddy didn't want Mommy to go back to work or to really go to work at all. He wanted her to be home, and she was like, I want to go to work. And she went to school
be
and
a
she got her
nurse.
license to be a nurse, and she worked. And he used to like get really angry about her wanting to work.
Right.
And we were just like, I'm not going to do that. That's
I
not
think
gonna
it was a
happen.
mix of that, and also I never really was big on Guidos. Like it just wasn't my style. And
I
like
was.
you guys were, but like growing up back
That's
in the
why I
day, but honestly, like when you guys were picking men, right, and like the Guido thing was very in.
It was like 90% of the selection was Guidos or non-Guidos.
Yeah, I don't know how else to explain that kind of man that we're discussing with the gel in the hair, the cross around their neck.
That's Kim's husband is what you're describing.
The pinky rings, like, you know,
my
just
God.
that typical, like, you know, the old
Yes,
school
yeah.
mentality of what you would have looked at as like an Italian guy from the Jersey Shore.
Right.
Joey P with the
Guido.
Mustang and the T-tops.
You
and
smell their
cruising the
cologne
strip
as they
and-
walk in the front door.
The Jacquard.
You can smell it from the 10 feet
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
that
the
kinda
Jacquard freestyle music, like, you know, a Guido pulling up in the Mustangy.
100%.
Did you say Dracar?
Jacquard.
The cologne?
Yes.
Paul Sebastian.
Paul Sebastian and
Yes, we used to
Jacquard.
call it PS.
And I loved that smell.
too. The
I could
old
still
ones are
smell that again.
I
wonder if
will
they still
smell a man's neck right now
I
if they
am
put
a
it
savage,
on.
wonder if they
though, with the
sell it
cologne
still.
with men too.
What's better than a good smelling man? Let's
nothing.
just put a
much.
PSA announcement out there.
Yeah.
Men, we
Wear
love cologne. Like put it on. We want to smell your neck.
Yeah.
And not like 1 or 2 squirts. We like 4 to 5.
No, we like it.
squirts.
I never mind too much cologne. Like
Never.
it
There's no such
literally
thing.
just. I'm big on smell. Are you
Yeah.
guys? Like
Of
I am
course.
very attracted to a smell of a man.
Yeah.
I know we shouldn't be just talking about men in general, especially now. Oh, the judging.
forbid, I
But
know.
like, I'm just saying. Even on my husband, like when he
Yeah.
even your husband, if he walks down, I'm like, oh, you smell so
Oh,
good.
my husband, how's this? I have a really great story for you two. Before we came here on vacation, Joey P will only use a certain kind of deodorant because the deodorant smells amazing.
It does.
Well, they didn't have it at the shop, right? So he had to go to the Stop and Shop, and they didn't have it at the Stop and Shop, so he went to the Target. They didn't have it he went to Walgreens, Rite Aid. I promise you, on my kids.
Wait, we need to know what type
An
of deodorant
hour
this
and
is.
15 minutes he drove around and couldn't find his deodorant, that I had to order it from Amazon so it's there when we get back. It's the Right Guard spray. He only uses the aerosol. He doesn't like the stick. And it has to be the powder dry scent because it smells good.
I will say his armpits always smell amazing.
That was what I was going to say next. You always say that.
I
a little
do.
bit like
So
a
when
broad,
Joey
Joey
has-
P is a little bit like a broad. Come on.
he is like a broad. He has broad tendencies.
He's a broad.
So like when
Very fussy.
when Joey P come near you, he just smells amazing when he's
You
near
know what,
I
though?
know.
He used to wear a cologne. You're right. When we were little, I swear to God, I would literally stick my nose in Joey P's armpits. And be
know.
like,
His
why does your
armpits.
armpit smell so
And he's
good?
been wearing this same deodorant for as long as I've known him.
Oh my
37
God.
years.
I think I should buy that for Joe at this point because it does smell so amazing.
Yeah, well, if you can find it, order it on Amazon.
Okay, so back to Joe Gorga because we just went off on cologne and
sorry.
deodorant
Couldn't
and
help it.
armpits. But so your first
Joey P's
P
here.
just walked in. Joey P, we're just talking about how great your armpits smell. You're welcome. Okay, so back to Joe Gorga. How was he? Like, we need a little more detail on like how was he? Was he? What did you feel when you met him? Did you
Joey
see this like little Italian guy? This
We
big,
definitely
muscular.
thought he was a little Italian guy.
Don't
First
call
of
him little,
all,
he'll have a heart attack.
we
With
literally
big
said,
muscles.
look at this little Italian guy. But
Nah.
you know what? He fit in perfectly. Like, it was like we've known him a long time. Honestly, it does sound cliche, but it really was like that. The men, the 3 husbands now, clicked so quickly. and everybody really bonded quickly. It was like
and
he's
they
been there
really
forever.
genuinely love each other.
The truth is,
It's
he was like one of us right from the beginning.
No, that's the truth.
And he didn't come from a big family, and I think he really appreciated, like, his eyes lit up when he saw like how our family functioned and how we just stay together and we have fun together, we drink together. And I think I always have to add the cocktail thing in, but I think he was really like, it was what he's always been looking for type of thing.
But even to this day, he is that guy. Like when you meet him, even like now that people really know who he is, he will walk, if somebody walks up to him, he'll just openly talk to you like you're his best friend. Like you just met him 3 minutes ago, and he's just an open, warm, easy to talk to kind of guy. There was never any like barrier of like, oh, I don't know, maybe we got to get to know him. Like you immediately felt like you could get to know him. He's just open and easy like that.
He is one of the, I always say he is like one of the sweetest. So when it comes to like meeting strangers, he doesn't look at anyone like a stranger. No. He looks at everyone like, hey, like what's up? And he genuinely wants to have a conversation and know about your life and what you do for a living and how your life is going. Yeah. But anyway, let's get up to, we have like some questions also that were about growing up. Okay.
Oh,
so
we're all about you growing up. Our whole life growing up was all about you.
Was it?
Yes. Don't eat the liverwurst. That's for Missy. Don't eat the strawberries. That's for Missy.
Don't eat the fruit roll-ups or the
devil
dogs.
Don't eat the fruit roll-ups.
No.
Those are for Missy.
All we ever heard our whole life, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby.
I know. It must really suck that I just popped out 12 years later and like I was the baby and the chosen one. It really
I was the baby.
God, I'll kill myself.
I was the baby, and then you showed up and fucked up my whole thing.
Oh my God. Well, it says, was Melissa a clingy baby sister or was she wild?
You talk about the clingy part.
God. You were the clingiest sister in the whole entire world. I recently just put that up for your birthday post. I reminisced about a story, how clingy you were, that I literally, when I was like 18 or 19 with my boyfriend trying to go out on a Saturday night or a Friday night, you refused to let me leave the house, and you would be laying on your stomach in your nightgown and grabbing onto my ankle. I was pulling my ankle across the floor. You're like, don't leave, Lee, don't leave, don't leave. That my boyfriends would have to come and bring you gifts. Like I remember you had an Xbox or whatever was at the time.
No,
Not
it was
Xbox,
Nintendo.
it was Nintendo.
Oh
Wait,
my God, that is one story I will never forget.
That's true
so
story.
Basically when I'm 8, you're 18.
Right.
So you would have a boyfriend that you would want to go like hang out with, and I do remember hanging on your leg literally up until you got to the foyer. And one time you were like, hold on. You went in the back seat of your trunk. You walked out to your car and came out with your trunk with a Nintendo.
I used to have to bribe you.
Play this
to be able to leave the house. I had to bribe you. And then when I would come home, I am not even lying. Do you remember this? You would be sleeping in the foyer in your little nightgown, like your little rainbow bright nightgown. And your pillow would be in the foyer, not the living room. Like you'd be on the
literally
hard, cold
in the foyer.
tile, sound asleep, that if I went to open the door, the door would hit the pillow. And then you would wake up and you'd be like, come on, we got to go to bed. Or are you going to take time now to pimp your pimples? You used to say to me.
I used to say, pimp your pimples.
Are you going to go in the bathroom now and wash your face and pimp your pimples? I'm tired, Lee. We have to go to bed. So you went from your crib to my bed, and you stayed there till I moved out when I was 18. I'm not even kidding.
I did sleep with you every single night. I chose
your
to
whole
sleep
life.
with Lisa over Kimmy.
Why?
Kimmy was a little more bossy, I would say, because she's the older sister. So, like, Lisa would let me twirl her hair around my finger.
Yes, she did twirl my hair. You were so
this
annoying.
This is the thing about that. I already had to deal with Lisa being clingy to me the way you were to her. So by the time you came along, I was done. I was over it.
Yeah.
It's your turn to have a clinger.
Yeah.
I remember that. What's up, listeners? I just wanted to let you know about the Getting Real with the Housewives podcast from Us Weekly. It's your one-stop shop for all things housewives with weekly updates and exclusive interviews with your favorite ladies. It features the latest housewives news that you all want to know about, plus exclusive interviews and content that you cannot find anywhere else. Us Weekly host Christina Garibaldi delivers all you need to know about your favorite Housewives franchise and explores all the behind-the-scenes drama that you didn't see on TV. Download Us Weekly's Getting Real with the Housewives wherever you get your podcasts, and Google Us Weekly Podcasts to get more great content about the shows and celebrities that you love.
Hello, loves. It's your pal, Caitlin Bristow. Oh, that doesn't sound like me, but it's me, Kate, KB. I'm here to tell you that Angie's List is now Angie, and it is your home for everything home. Angie does not just get your home projects done, it gets them done well. So take it from me, KB, someone who can never stop renovating their home or doing little fun things around there, because having a home is an ongoing project. Like forever and ever and ever and ever, ever and ever. They are here for everything your home needs, whether you're a first-timer or an experienced homeowner, from your first repair to your first renovation project to the work you do before selling your home. And with over 250,000 pros in their network, Angie makes it so easy to research, compare, and hire pros to ensure a job well done. You can turn to Angie with confidence for pretty much anything, even if you're looking into a major renovation or help with a home emergency. Plus, Angie has projects that are priced up front and clearly lays out the cost before you buy. They have cost guides that tell you what others have paid for similar projects, both nationally and actually in your area. And you can request quotes from multiple pros in just a few taps. They understand the difficulties that can come with home projects, so they make tackling your project as simple as possible from start to finish. Angie provides new digital tools and innovative solutions to make it easier than ever to get anything you need for your home done right. Sounds pretty ideal, right? So go check out Angie, your home for everything home.
Like, so growing up, I'd say that Lisa was like the easier one. And so I would just ask Lisa for everything and make her do everything. And she would just do anything I said.
Oh my God.
And Kimmy would be like, screw this little baby who's so spoiled.
Yes. That's basically.
I just didn't want you to sleep with me.
And I would.
But you were the baby that everyone spoiled. That's all anyone ever did was spoil you.
Yes, for sure. I definitely slept in your bed every night. I definitely remember saying, pimp
night.
your pimples.
Yeah. Every night.
I also remember sitting on the floor and watching guys pee and go to the bathroom, just like everything. I never
like blow dry our hair,
Literally,
put our
we
makeup
would go
on.
into the bathroom to blow dry our hair, or we would sit. I remember back in the day, we used to sit on the bathroom sink, Indian style, and like lean into the mirror in the bathroom, put our makeup on, and you would be sitting on the bathroom floor with the blanket, and you're like, "Are you done yet? I'm tired."
I do have one memory of you. So we lived in a ranch, right? We lived in a pretty big ranch.
Yeah.
And
Sprawling ranch.
yes, is that what it's called?
Sprawling,
A
yeah, because it was
sprawling
real
ranch.
long.
So, well, at the time it seemed big, but nowadays
Now
it's
it
like
doesn't.
houses are not.
growing up, it
I
was
mean,
big.
it felt it, but it really was not, right?
No, it was just a normal house.
So,
Regular.
I was sleeping with you one night, and because we were in a ranch, everybody was on the bottom floor, and a boy knocked on your window.
Oh my God.
Yes, and you were probably like 19 and I was probably 9.
I remember
and you
that.
were just like opening and cracking it, and you're like, "You got to get out of here. My sister's asleep." And I was making pretend I was sleeping.
Oh my God.
But I totally heard you tell him to get out of here. And you were like, "You got to go." And he was like mad at something. And you're like, "Get out of here." Because at the time we didn't have cell phone. They couldn't call you really. Couldn't call the house phone. They would just knock on your window. Yeah. And he knocked on your window.
But so funny. I won't say who. I mean, his first name was Joey. I won't say who, but how funny.
You know who it was?
100%. It was my boyfriend at the time,
Oh.
Joey. But so funny that you married
Another
a Joey,
Joey.
and you married a Joey, and thank God I didn't marry that Joey, because we would have had 3 husbands named Joey. How crazy would that be?
And then I have my son that's named Joey.
And then
And I have
Kimmy
my son named Joey.
and my daughter married a Joey.
I know.
It's insane.
We just yes.
Joeys in this family are out of control.
What was I wild at all? So I think I was
when
clingy.
you moved to Florida,
And became
that's
a
when you
teenager.
got
Yeah.
That's when you got to your wild phase
In Boca, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did have an experience in Boca, but I think it was also if I have to go through like my hardest time in life or like my most trying time in life, it's definitely like at that time in life when I moved to Florida, my father passed away, you two just happened to get older at that point. You were like getting married and having babies, so it was like I was an only child with mommy living in Florida.
Yeah, because we were in Jersey. That was the problem, is we were in Jersey and you were alone with mommy in Florida. That's why.
And mommy would call me and say, you got to come down here and talk to her. I don't know what I'm going to do. She snuck out the window last night.
Yeah, you did. You were sneaking out the windows.
Yeah.
Making mommy
What's
cry.
with us sneaking out windows? What is that?
I think it's a rite of passage.
I think Kimmy must have taught us. So just
I did not teach you. I was scared. I was the only one that was good out of the three of us. I was
would say-
afraid to do anything.
I was
You
so
guys
good.
did everything.
You were not
one.
good, Lisa.
I was too the good one.
You
You
wore
were
Vaseline
not.
in your hair. You put Vaseline in your hair to be like Billy Idol.
It was a style at the time, but I was still good.
I just can't. You
ran away from home. That's
You
not
did.
True.
You
Well,
were
mommy
bad.
wouldn't let me see my boyfriend. She didn't like him.
Okay, see, good one. Here I am, right here. The
I
good
feel like
one.
you were the bad one.
I was. Why? What did I do so bad?
Although, like Kimmy was always, I would say, the better of the two. Kimmy was the good
I
one.
literally did nothing. The thing I did the
Yeah, so
worst.
Kimmy was the boring
I
one.
used to sleep at my girlfriend's house, at Linda's house, so that I could go out to the clubs
Every Friday night.
because my
We had a
parents wouldn't let me go, and her parents would.
Yeah,
so it was
one
like
thing
you were going to
people-
the Jersey Shore club. That was it.
Yeah, one thing people might not know is that we grew up with very strict parents. Like my father, we were not. I couldn't go to the mall unless I had a reason to go to the mall.
What are
we
you going
weren't.
shopping for?
My phone
So
could never
annoying.
ring, like the house phone, and it was a boy. My dad would lecture me for 3 hours after the boy called. Like we grew up in a very, very strict
One time,
household.
a boy called the house at the house line. You know, people don't use landlines anymore, but Daddy picked up the extension and he said, "Is this a boy? Who are you talking to, Lee?" And I would say on the phone, "Don't say anything."
Don't
like,
speak.
to the boy. Yeah. And then Daddy would say, "Who is this? Don't you ever call this house again." I would be like, "Hang up." And I
Yeah.
would say to Daddy, "You're the most embarrassing father in the whole world."
I used to shake. Like if a boy would come ring my doorbell that we were just friends with, we wanted to play outside.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Don't ring my doorbell. Just don't." It was crazy
I used
how.
to sit outside on the curb with my first boyfriend for a year almost before Daddy even let him come to the door. He was like testing him, and I was 16.
Yes. Okay, some other questions that we can answer a little bit more like rapid fire. What's the biggest fight that we've ever gotten into? Somebody wants to know. That's a really actual
The biggest fight the three of us have ever gotten into.
I mean, I don't think the three of us have ever been in a fight with each other at
I don't really
once.
know of like any real.
I can't think of a
fights. Like,
fight.
we've been mad at each other before, but not really.
Definitely get
We have
mad.
over what? I can't.
Stupid stuff. I'm
Can you think
sure.
of one fight you ever had with me? Either one of you. What fight in your whole life did you
Oh
ever
my
have?
God, we definitely have fights.
Okay, no. Tell me what
Yeah,
fight
but,
we have.
I think fights like me and you have never fights, but me and you will have arguments with Melissa more about time. I think like that's
Right.
always our biggest issue with her is the amount of time that we don't get to spend with her. Other than that.
Yeah,
I
so,
don't
like,
know,
Lisa-
yeah, but,
Like
what do you
a
mean
fight.
you're going away again? Like, why aren't you coming here to be with us?
Correct. So I think I know.
But
isn't
that's
it?
not the
so
viewer
the difference
question.
in our age. Well, here's the thing. Like we don't fight about like you two even are so close. You're only 18 months, 2 years apart, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You two, I never, as the little sister, you would expect to see your two sisters that are almost the same age argue all the time. I don't see you guys argue and I do think a lot of people and a lot of the questions are like, why not? And I don't really know. And I don't want to sound
We
like,
argued when we were teenagers. It was her stealing clothes out of my closet.
but that's,
Yeah, but
that's
those
it.
are not arguments. Like what? Like people do say this. Like what do you fight about? Like I'm asking you. Can you remember one fight you ever had with each other?
A big
That's the
fight?
question.
No.
Did we ever have a
Real
fight?
fights.
It's weird. I think we're weird people.
No, I don't think we're weird. I
Yes,
think we
we
just
are.
prioritize like what's we're gonna fight over. We don't fight over
But what is
money
there
because none
to
of us
fight
we
over?
don't like work like together really, right? We don't have any of those issues. We don't have. I think you guys, if anything, team up against me the most. So Kim and Lisa would team up against me, if anything. Like
About what time?
time.
Really?
Like you two are definitely the closest, right? Because people want to know that too. Like
well, we live 7 houses away from each other, and we're 2 years apart from each other, and you
Right.
live an hour and a half away. So
Right.
the closest that we get to spend the most time together, which makes sense.
That's what pisses us off. That you live so far away. We do get pissed about that. You're way too far because of the
We want
kids.
to be with the kids.
Too far.
yeah, I mean, I moved far away, and that's our biggest fight, I would say. Did you guys share a room when you guys were little? I think we just
No, never.
We all had our own room,
We all had our own room except you. Went
except
from
for
your
me
room
because
to my bed.
yes, because I slept with my sisters all the time.
We did have
Okay? Let's talk about. Let's all tell each other's pet peeves about each other. We'll give one thing quick. This is like winded. What is your pet peeve about me, Lysa and Kim? And then we'll tell it about you guys.
Pet peeves?
Yeah, pet peeves. Like, what do I do that's like a little annoying?
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh, you're on your cell phone too much.
Yes, 100%.
That's annoying.
24 hours.
So when we got on vacation, how many times have I said this to you already, Melissa? I was like, "Can you unplug?
Okay, yes. It's hard for Melissa to unplug.
Yes,
You
you
see
scroll
how they
too
double
much.
team me all the time?
Yeah,
what would our
that's
pet
true.
peeve be about Lysa, Kim?
Right. What do I do wrong?
I mean, I think for me, it would be...
I don't know.
What's my
See,
pet-
we're not normal sisters. This
Okay,
isn't normal.
there's
I think
definitely-
people would have a lot of
There's
shit
definitely
to say
things
about
you
their
do that
siblings.
annoy me. What are they?
What about
I
you?
can't
What do
stand when you watch that stupid show when I walk into your house and it's always that 911 or what is that show I'm always bitching about? that
Oh,
you
I know
have
my
on?
pet peeve with you. You put
On
so
Patrol
much
Live.
like
Yeah.
white shit on your face when you're laying out. You look crazy.
So you're jealous
zinc.
of my good skin. Okay, there's something. It's
Yeah.
called zinc in the sun.
The zinc on your face looks a little crazy.
You heard it here on the podcast first. Melissa's jealous of
And
Lisa's skin.
and I'll make fun. Like I'll be picky with Lysa about like her outfits sometimes, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Like she's
That
very.
is a pet peeve.
Lisa's
you have
more.
no problem telling people when you don't like what they have on, or at least us.
Yeah, but you just can't take my style.
Yes, Lisa's a little more flamboyant than the rest of us. She thinks, because this will lead into the next question, which is, would any of you ever pose for Playboy if asked? Okay, would any of you ever pose for Playboy if asked?
Okay. So, would I ever pose for Playboy? Not in a million damn years.
No.
No, look at me. That's I mean,
Well-
it's not because I think Playboy is disgusting. There's no way I would ever show this body to anybody.
I mean,
Why?
I think I would
when I was
actually,
20.
I would actually consider it.
Oh my God.
See, my husband,
Scott would
think
be
my
like,
husband
well, I
would-
don't know, babe. How much
Scott,
money are you going to make?
Scott, would I be allowed to pose for Playboy if I was asked? Absolutely.
absolutely.
He said.
Because
He's not Italian. Do you understand?
He's the non-Italian husband. He's so easy.
He says yes to everything.
He says yes to everything.
Donna Marco would probably pose for Playboy. Look at her over there.
Oh, Donna Marco.
Don't do it, Donna Marco.
Donna Marco is shaking her head yes right now that she would definitely pose for Playboy. Mother, what is
What
wrong?
happens when you get married when you're 17, I guess. Now
Yeah.
you're older and you're like, oh, I missed out on so much. I would do it.
I know. She literally got married at 17. So that's kind of crazy. So then we'll give Donna Marco a pass if she wants to do Playboy because being married at 17 just calls for it.
I think they're bringing Playboy back, right? Because the magazine has been gone for years, and I think it's back now. Playboy is coming back on the shelves.
I think so. I don't know. Do people still do that? The
Yes.
dirty magazines?
I don't
Or
know
they're not
about that.
dirty.
Everybody's online now.
No,
Who
it's
looks at a
coming back.
magazine anymore.
Playboy's coming back. Call me.
So, do your financial goals feel out of reach? They don't have to be. With Chime Secure Credit Builder Visa Credit Card, you can start building credit with your own money through on-time payments and small everyday purchases, just like groceries, streaming, and even gas. Members see an increase of 30 points to their credit scores on average. Chime reports your payments to the major credit bureaus to help you build credit over time, all with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. Start making your financial dreams a reality with Chime. Signing up takes 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/Melissa. That's chime.com/Melissa. The Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card. Based on a study conducted by Experian, Credit Builder members observed an average of 30-point FICO score increase after 8 months with regular on-time payments. Results may vary. See chime.com for details. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or any All-Point or Visa Plus Alliance ATM. Okay, another good question was somebody wants to know, which I think this is really good because this is a very unfiltered podcast, right?
Yeah.
Which sister is the most, like, which one of us has no filter the most?
I think we would all have a different answer, which I think is funny.
I do too. I think
Who do you think, Melissa, is the most unfiltered sister?
Unfiltered. I would say, no, I think I would say, so I feel like Kimmy's the most opinionated sister, I would say, for sure. Like, she gives her opinion, sometimes when it's not even wanted.
But isn't that the same thing? But isn't that the same
Isn't that
thing?
considered a pet peeve?
No, but it's not the same thing as a filter. Lisa, I would say, I don't know. I have the most filter, I would say. No?
Yeah, you're annoyingly filtered.
I mean, at this point you are. I think that's because of everything you've been doing now on TV. It's caused you to put some sort of filter on yourself.
Yeah,
so,
I
'cause you're
just,
judged
like,
so easily.
yes,
I feel like I'm unfiltered in like a way that, don't ask me if I look fat in this outfit if you don't want to know the answer. That is how I
Well,
I
that's
feel like
honest.
I'm
That's
unfiltered.
honest, not
Yeah,
unfiltered.
but like you would say, oh no, it looks fine, but maybe, and I would be like, yeah, no, take that off. Doesn't look good.
So who do you think is the most unfiltered?
But I think
Maybe
you're
Kimmy.
the most unfiltered in a different way.
You're
like-
unfiltered where, like, you'll embarrass us quicker than the other
Yeah.
sisters, Lisa.
Me? Like what?
Like, you'll just say something that we're like, oh my God, you shouldn't have said that.
like I'd close for Playboy.
No, just so let's put it this way. If we were introducing any of us to your new friends, who do you want to warn, right? Before the friend walks in the room and say, be this, be nice, don't talk about this or whatever. Like, which sister would you say you'd have to warn more to be nice?
I don't think any of us. I never feel that way about either of you.
This podcast is making me realize we're not real sisters. This is weird. I don't have an answer for that. I don't. No, I don't prep anybody for that. No.
You don't prep me?
No. Look, to
We
say
prep
like
our husbands.
whatever you do, don't
That's who
say.
we prep. All three of us will prep our husbands.
We'll prep our husbands and be like, behave properly, please.
Yeah.
Well, you two prep your husbands. I don't prep my husband.
Yes, you do too. in your
People
own
want to
way.
know who hosts all the Sunday dinners and who makes the best sauce. Me.
I
do. No, I for sure make the best sauce.
No.
You definitely don't. You make
do
it
not.
the least, so you can't possibly
I
make it
do
the
not
best.
make it the least. I make it the least for you all because I live far
Thank you,
away.
I make the best sauce. By the way, Kim makes gravy, and you and I make sauce.
That's correct.
Yeah, so Kim
I was
believes.
brought up making gravy. That's what Nanny taught me. That's what Mommy said, and that's what I make.
I'm going to say that the three of yours are the only ones I ever want to eat.
Oh, well,
Of
thank you,
course.
Joey.
But my wife is the best.
Yes, but his wife's is the best. Thank
Joey,
you.
in case you didn't hear that.
I will show you must use the red.
Get mom.
And my Aunt Dawn said we must use Red Pack when making sauce.
Yes.
I think I make the best sauce. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I make the best meatballs.
Who hosts? Well, the two of them have Sunday dinners the most together because you live 7 houses away.
We take turns. So one Sunday I make it, one Sunday Kim makes it, and we all take turns.
You know what they want to know? What is it like to have a famous sister? Does it come with any perks? Are there any downsides outside of the drama, around the show?
That's definitely the downside is the drama and the judgment and the lies. Oh my God, the stories that people make up, not just about you, but about you and us. Not that we're anything, but our family, any member of our family. Like the straight up lies and stories that people make up just for attention, just for blogs, just for likes, just for views. It's absurd. So that would be a huge downside.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
And it comes,
But
and that's
everything
where I
else-
have to be honest, as the famous one in the family, or however you want to say it, that's where I feel bad because you guys get dragged into a lot of stuff that is untrue and that people are just coming up with ideas and what they think you are, right? Because they don't really know you. They see you guys for a real just second here and there or whatever it might be. As much as there's that, there's also, I get embraced about you guys and just the way that we have this huge, adoring family that like hangs together. People have so many questions just about how we do this, how we are such a tight-knit family, why there's 5 of our family members in the kitchen right now all making coffee together about to sit outside. Like, it's also, people adore that about all of us too.
That's nice. It's
But
nice
I would
to know that.
Yeah, I think the downside is definitely that you know, you get dragged into some of the drama and you get lied about when I'm supposed to get lied about, right? I'm not supposed to, but unfortunately,
like you signed up for this, we didn't sign up for it, kind of thing. But at the end of the day, like we know what's true and what's not true, and so you just kind of have to just let the haters hate or whatever's going on at the time, and it just will pass eventually. But
I think we've
that's
all
probably the
gotten
downside.
really good at like, who
We got
cares?
a lot of great perks too. Like we went to the MTV Music Awards.
Oh, yeah,
That
the
was what we
perks.
went to?
Yeah.
Yes,
That
yes.
was freaking great. Like
Yes, we
sometimes Melissa will have an appearance somewhere and she's like, oh, they gave me, you know, a room or a couple of rooms. Do you guys want to come? And we'll get like a limo ride and an overnight
I've introduced you to some
somewhere and
great people. You know,
amazing
one thing
people.
runs in my mind when I took you guys to the VMAs and Lisa met Will Smith.
Yeah.
I will never forget how you like hung on him, held him, and he embraced you.
he was so nice.
So nice.
He was.
He
I mean, I
really
know
was.
there's a lot of stuff about him right now, but like the way he was with you,
We
that
were walking behind him, and I was like, "Will." You were like,
I
"Don't
go-
say anything to him."
I
Leave him
was
alone."
literally
You were
p-
pinching me. I think like
he
Lisa,
was
shut up.
walking in front of us, and I knew she like died for him, and I was pinching her arm because I knew she was gonna attack, and I was like, Lisa, it's Will Smith. Like, I'm scared to say hello. Like, just don't. And she was like, Will, and he literally
I
turned
was like,
around.
"I'm your biggest fan."
And he turned around. I looked at him and I go, this is my sister. She really loves you. And he hugged her.
so nice.
He talked to her.
He really
He
did.
embraced you. He was very,
really,
very
really nice.
kind to you.
He did. Another perk. Remember, like when we went, I think it was Mohegan Sun, and we hung out with Scott Disick that night. We had fun with him that night.
Oh,
too.
that was a fun
That was
night.
fun.
And
in
I took you
Mohegan
guys
Sun.
with John Legend and Chrissy Teigen.
Yes,
Did you come?
I love
Oh,
them
yeah.
both.
That was great.
Amazing, sweet. Like
Yeah.
they were like literally looking at us. Chrissy Teigen said to me,
She's
"I
sweet.
love your bonds." Like she saw the sisters,
Yes.
and she was like, "I love your bond. So you guys are all sisters. This is so great." John Legend, like they look you in the eye and ask you questions about
Like
you.
Yeah.
I
real-
was like,
real
and
people,
she
yeah.
had just had her first daughter, and I was
Yeah.
just like thinking, wow, she's got her own like life going on right now, and she's asking us questions.
Well, she
about
is a Bravo
ourselves.
mega fan, so she truly knows like she knows everyone's relationship on
I
Bravo.
love her.
She's
I
Yeah,
really
she's a
love
super
her.
fan. She
And
should be a
him.
housewife. You should make her a housewife.
I think she's busy. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely been perks. I'm trying to think if there was any other encounters with you guys that I was like, I always remember you with Will Smith and how nice he was to you. And I was thinking to myself, wow, like when do you get the opportunity to just like give Will Smith a hug?
Yeah.
And so that was definitely.
And what about the choreographer that we loved, J-Lo's ex-husband we met?
Chris
Judd? Is that
Chris
his name?
Judd.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
you
a
guys
nice
loved, he was so
guy.
sweet.
Yeah, these are the perks. Meeting all the cool people that you
Just
see
the
on
events.
television and that you like, you know?
When I performed at Beatstock, all that fun stuff.
Oh,
That was great for
fun.
us because I
Oh.
grew up going to Beatstock every single year.
And there's a meme of us just crying, watching you sing.
Oh
on
my
Beatstock.
God. If you know how
and
many
then when
people.
you made your album and we were downstairs singing, I wanted to be your backup dancer, but you wouldn't let me. So that stuff's been fun, watching you do, make your music and sing your songs and perform. Like when you went to that place in New York City, when you performed for the first time on display, like all that stuff is fun.
Yeah.
Those are the memories we'll take away from this
fun stuff.
when this is over.
The fun stuff.
Yeah.
But I do apologize for my family about. I really do. I hate that you guys do get dragged into any negativity or anything that people want to create false situations.
Narratives about, yes. A lot of
Yes.
false narratives out there.
A lot is an understatement. But yeah, and all I can ever say to my viewers or the fans or like the listeners of this show is do not believe everything you read on Instagram, on Twitter, on please guys, it is so fabricated and I can't even express that
No, it's
enough.
like, believe nothing you read and everything
wanna
you say.
Yes, just believe what you hear come out of my mouth or what you see me write or say. Like that is it. Okay, so let's see. I had a couple other questions before we wrap up. I want to know what your beauty routines are. A lot of people want to know, do you have favorite products or beauty routines? Because as we get older, I mean, Lisa, I feel like you are so crazy with your skincare and stuff like that. Any beauty routines that you have that you insist on?
like Retin-A every single 5 days a week. Retin-A, that's like my new thing that I'm so on. I use really good products, which most of them are.
What was the one you gave me last night before I went to bed and you said my face was going to feel like butter this
nice?
morning? It does feel like butter.
La Roche-Posay. It was the bomb. Oh my goodness. The
was
barrier.
La Roche-Posay.
Yeah, the
products.
barrier balm. Anything La Roche-Posay I love. So
It was
I use
very
all their
good.
products, all their serums. And I use a lot of the Dermalogica and Clarity. So all medical grade products are what you should be using on your face. And that's what I use. It makes a huge difference than going to a drugstore and just buying a different
Well, don't
brand.
tell Bethany Frankel that because she does. She will tell you all the
All the
drugstore
good ones.
products that are amazing.
Ingredients
But it's-
matter, though, people.
If you had to
Trust me.
pick, what's your favorite drugstore product? So give me one thing that you get from the drugstore that you absolutely love.
100%. You ready?
Yes.
Is it Maybelline?
No, you can't take my thing. That's my thing.
No. Outlast
The pink.
lipstick.
Oh, no. Okay,
No.
go ahead. Say
Everyone asks me all the time, what lipstick do you wear? And it's literally the lipstick that doesn't come off because I'm not a reapplier. You know I cannot stand to reapply. And it's that Maybelline Outlast lipstick.
it. And it works really good.
And it doesn't come off until you take it off with something that takes off non-removable. I
Okay.
use like an oil pad.
Lisa, drugstore product that you
So
love?
mine would have to be, I really do truly get so many questions about what my lip gloss is because I always have shiny lips. It's like my thing. I insist on having.
You do always have a
Always
shiny
have
lip.
shiny lips, and it never comes off. And is it NYX? Is that how you say it? I want to say NYX, but do they call it NYX?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Inexpensive.
It's inexpensive. It's my shiny little lip gloss. I live for it, and everyone always is asking me what I use. I'm not going to tell you the color, but I'm just saying.
My favorite drugstore product is definitely the pink Maybelline mascara.
Like pink and green.
the pink and green too.
Well, it used to be pink and green. It's not anymore. It's just all pink now. Everyone always calls it the
I
pink.
used that for like 20 years. I still use Maybelline, but now I use a different one.
It's the only one that makes my eyelashes so thick and
Really?
doesn't. Yes, it's my absolute favorite. I don't know if it's the big fat brush. I don't know what it is, but that is definitely my favorite beauty routine. But anyway, we need to get back to our little vacation.
Yes,
we
I'm ready
we
for a
smell
nice, spicy Bloody
right now.
Mary.
I actually smell pancakes. I smell bacon. I smell a lot of food being
yes,
cooked.
and I need a Bloody Mary.
I thought we were going to brunch. Why are they cooking? I smell
don't know.
food.
No,
Because
we're
the
going
guys-
for Bloody Marys, not
Look,
for
Scott's coming in. What do you have there? Food? Would you?
Yeah, they're luring us in with bacon now, so I
Filet
think this
mignon.
is the time that we're going to wrap it up. So Kim and Lisa, thanks so much for coming on to the show, especially during our little family weekend vacation. I think it's time to go hit the Bloody Marys.
You're
and
welcome.
Lisa, you can go load that zinc on your face now so we could just look at you look crazy all day.
Yep. No shame in my game.
Yeah, so thank you guys for listening, and we love you. Want to say bye, ladies?
Bye. Bye, my listeners.
Ciao.
All month long on PlutoTV, stream the biggest Tyler Perry movies free. Watch your favorites like Medea's Witness Protection and Medea's Big Happy Family. Join Tyler Perry as he goes on a couples retreat with Sharon Leal in Why Did I Get Married? Or Idris Elba and Gabrielle Union in the Tyler Perry directed film Daddy's Little Girls. Plus, PlutoTV has hundreds of channels with thousands more movies and TV shows. Available on live and on demand. Download the free PlutoTV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming now. PlutoTV. Drop in, watch free.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.